and we can let you share. What are some things, not just your personal life, but some things that we know may have happened across the world that have really changed some people's lives over the last few years? Can anybody think of anything? Marvin, what do you think?
World War II.
So that's I'm talking about like recently. So yeah, that did have a big effect on people. That's a long time ago though. So anything in the last few years, like so close to now that has happened that's changed people's lives a lot. Corbin.
Probably the protests.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm here.
Okay. Anything else? Asil?
Corona.
Obviously, yeah, coronavirus has been something that's big that's changed people's lives. CJ?
Does it have to be something that we've seen?
No, doesn't have to be something you've seen.
9/11.
So September 11th. That's a little bit longer ago than the last few years, but yes, that one was a big one. Go ahead, Sue.
Masks.
So having to wear masks, that's related to the coronavirus and all that. So it might be kind of hard to think outside the box of the coronavirus, but I'm going to show you some examples because my answer to the question is that there's been a lot of things happen, but a lot of things that happen across the globe that really affect all kinds of people are national or natural disasters or weather events like hurricanes, droughts, and tsunamis. If you guys remember, even recently in class, right before you guys left, we were watching the CNN 10 news in the morning, and there were some instances of hurricanes and other things like that right now happening in South America or in Central America that have been causing some major changes, life changes, and issues to people who live there, right? And so we're going to watch just a few videos of examples to see if you guys agree with me that maybe these things could be major events that change people's lives, okay? So I'm going to click, so I'm going to share my sound. So hopefully you guys can hear the sound more easily. We're going to watch the first link and then a couple more. So the first one is about a hurricane.
Why does it say hurricane, tsunami, and earthquake? Yeah.
बढ़िया पानी था देख लिया यहाँ कहा था.
Okay, so that was just an example of, that was a tsunami that was, I think happened in, I want to say it was South Korea, but I can't remember for sure. So there's one example. I'm going to go ahead and hang on just a second. Close that link and open up the next one. Okay, so that was an example of a hurricane and what it could do. And then hang on, one more here. This last one is an earthquake. So as you guys can see, these are probably events that could cause some major changes to communities, to countries, to cities based on some of those things, right? Those people's lives, you saw houses torn apart, saw buildings collapsing, the streets all torn up. And so weather and extreme weather especially is something that I would consider important for us to understand and know a lot about, because it can cause some major issues for not just ourselves, but for other people, right? So in this unit in reading, we're going to work to study things like hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, droughts, earthquakes, floods, and other kinds of extreme weather, and related to natural disasters and things that can cause damage. And as a class, we're going to study droughts as an example. That's one that I don't think a lot of people would have chosen on their own. So we'll use droughts as an example. So throughout the unit, you'll see me refer to droughts, and I'll show you the kind of work you're going to be doing in reading with droughts as an example. Okay. And so our goal, Eric, can you read our goal?
To learn that when people are part of a team that has been given a problem to solve, the first challenge is to decide who will do what, when, who will do what, then, when, and how.
And how. Thank you. So if we were here in person, you guys would probably be researching these in teams. This is going to be more of an individual effort now at home, where you're going to try to do a lot of this research on your own and come up with plans for action and think about how you're going to research these different natural weather disasters. Okay. And today we're going to talk about what you can do to create a research plan, and how you yourself can think of the best way to kind of find this information that you would want to be shared and pick a topic. Okay. And so it is a big job to complete. Okay. So you are going to be researching some serious topics, and you're also going to be responsible for teaching the other people in this class about them. So when we do this, we're going to come back together and say, okay, this is what I learned, and you're going to teach the other people in this classroom about your topic. We'll do presentations, virtual presentations and all that. Okay. So you're going to have to be able to do that efficiently, and you've got to make a plan for what you need to know and what you need to find out to share with other people. And that can be kind of challenging to do at first. So we're going to kind of do it step by step. So we're just going to start with the basics of trying to come up with the start of a plan today. That's it. Okay. We're not going to be asked to do all kinds of research and know everything about your topic today, but you are going to try to start making a plan to come up with ways to find out this information, share this information, and present it to your classmates. So my action plan first is, I thought about droughts, and I thought about, okay, what do people probably need to know about droughts? What are some of the things that I need to research about droughts to share with people? Can you guys think of anything that I might want to look up or be able to share with people before I reveal what I came up with? So if I was saying, hey, what are some things I should make a plan to research about droughts? What are some things you think I might need to include? Ania?
How they form and what they include in it, so you'll know what kind of, like, if it's a drought, okay, like water.
So maybe what causes droughts or how droughts happen. Good. What else might I want to research to share with people besides just what they are and how they happen? Somebody else. What else might I want to come up with besides just what they are and how they happen? Would be important to look up. Marvin, thank you.
Where did it happen?
Maybe where do they happen a lot, right? So I could be able to tell people, like, these are the places where you might see droughts happen more often. That's a great one. Where do they happen? Anybody else? Corbin, is your hand up, or are you just putting your hand in front of the camera? See if we can come up with.
Put my hand in front of the camera.
Okay, so let's see if we can come up with one more. CJ.
Where and when they happen.
Maybe when they happen. Okay. So here's what I came up with. What causes droughts? So why do they happen? What makes a drought happen? How are they measured? So how do we decide what, like, the size of a drought is or how bad a drought is? So how do we say like, oh, this, like I know with hurricanes, they have like categories, right? So this is a category 3 hurricane. This is a category 5 hurricane. Well, droughts are a little bit more complicated when it comes to measuring. So how are droughts measured? And then I thought maybe prevention and safety. So like, what should we do to stay safe during a drought, or what can we do to help prevent droughts, or what can we do to like prepare for droughts, right? So I thought those are 3 things that may be important for people to know: what causes them, how we measure them, and then maybe how we prevent them, or how we make sure that we stay safe from droughts. Okay. So your job today is that you are going to pick a main topic. Here are your choices. Okay. So you're going to come up with one over here: blizzards, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, or floods. All right. You're going to be able to do any of those choices. Okay. But you're going to pick a main topic, and then you are going to make an action plan for your own research. All right. So you're going to look for the easy overview text first, get an idea of the big parts and big subtopics that are important, and then you're going to come up with your main topic and possible ideas. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Okay. So you're going to create an action plan. You're going to create an action plan. So what I mean is you're going to come up with those same topics and subtopics, just like what we just did. Okay. So for example, I wrote in my notebook, my topic is droughts and my 3 possible subtopics. What I would do first, if I were you, okay, and I'm going to show you what I would do in just a second, is I would go look at this list, and I would say, okay, what do I want to do? Let's pretend that Ying picked just a random one. What one would you, what's one you could do? And I'm just picking on you because your picture is the first one on here. So Ying, if I said pick a possible topic, which one would you choose?
The tornadoes.
Tornadoes. Okay, so let's say Ying picked tornadoes. I would get on Epic and I would look up tornadoes. And I would look at, okay, open a couple books. What are some things that it looks like I could decide to make as my research topics, right? So I'm going to show you what that would look like right now. So if I get on to Canvas today, all right, and I go to Monday and I click on reading. Can everybody see my Canvas screen right now? Yes, cool. So I'm going to click on my link to Epic, and Ying said tornadoes. So I'm going to let Epic open maybe. It's taking a while. It's thinking, okay. I'm going to log into my class. I'm going to pick the guest just so I'm not on anybody else's. So I'm on the guest. And I'm going to go up to search. I'm going to put in tornadoes. And I'm going to look. Here is a lot of different options. Look, there's some in Spanish if you want them. There's a lot of different ones. So what you can do is you can read, if you know your reading level, you could pick like your reading level range. So you know you're getting one at your reading level. And you might want to click on nonfiction, because like this one, Dino Riders, not a nonfiction, right? So nonfiction. So extreme weather, tornadoes. I'm going to open it up. And then I'm going to go through, and I'm not going to read the whole book, but I could skip through some of the pages, right? And think, okay, like what is a tornado? Maybe I could research that. How do they form? Maybe that could be a topic. I could go through, how do they look and behave? Maybe let's keep going. Oh, predicting tornadoes. Maybe I want to put a section about predicting or staying safe. Maybe I think that's the most important, right? And should I stop at just one book? Probably not, right? So I'm going to try to find another one. Tornadoes, let's see. Weather myth busted, detecting tornadoes. So I'm going to go look at that one. And I'm going to just kind of skim through the books and come up with what are 3 topics that I could probably do, right? Based on my main topic. So I'm going to go back to this page. Okay. So your job is to pick one of these topics, then go on Epic, look through some books. All right. And try to come up with some possible subtopics. Your action plan should look like this. It should say my action plan with the date, my topic, and your possible subtopics, the possible things you might want to look into. Can you have more than 3? Yes. You have to have at least 3 subtopics. Show me on your fingers, how many subtopics do you have to have at least? 3, right? So your main topic and 3 possible subtopics. when you go to submit your assignment, I'm going to open Canvas back up. Maybe I can find it. All right. You're going to click on Session 8 Research Plan. It says, 1, pick a main topic. You're going to say that. 2, look for a few texts about the topic. So you're going to go in your book. You can use Padlet, or like I said, you can get on Epic. And then 3, it says, make your action plan. You're doing this action plan in your notebook. All right. When you submit this, I'm looking over everybody's picture so I can see that they're paying attention. When you submit it, you are not, I repeat, you are not going to submit a text entry. You're going to do it in your notebook, and then you can record a video of you holding it up, or you can submit a picture. But we are going to need to see that you made a research plan in your notebook today. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about what your job is today? Ania?
So today we're just like,
Ania, you cut out. Sorry. We'll come back to you. Clay?
I just joined, so I want to know what my action plan is.
Okay. Well, you're going to work in a group with Miss Weibel, so she'll help you with that, okay?
Right.
So your job, okay, is you need to pick a main topic from the list. After you pick a main topic, go look through the books first. Don't make your 3 subtopics, because you might be looking through the books and find a heading or a section and think, oh, that seems like a good subtopic that I could use. Okay. So you're going to open it. You're going to read through some of the books. All right. Do you need to read the whole book from beginning to end today?
no.
No, right? You're just trying to come up with a research plan. After you have a research plan done and you turn your research plan in, you're going to stay on Canvas, or you're going to stay on Zoom, because we're going to be back at noon for writing. But you need to go on and do your reading skill of the day, and you need to do 2 Lexia lessons, okay? I will stop at a certain time and say, I need everyone right now to switch over and submit your assignment, and then you need to do 2 Lexia lessons and your reading skill of the day, okay? If you go with Mrs. Fleischer, those people are going to leave in 5 minutes, and you're going to go join Mrs. Fleischer's Zoom, okay? So I will let those people know who they are here in 5 minutes. I'm going to take a group in a breakout room in 5 minutes, and Miss Weibel is going to take a group in a breakout room in 5 minutes. We're going to help you get just your thing started a little bit, and we'll let those people know. Right now, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes, I want you to type into the chat what you are choosing as your main topic. Do not do it yet. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to think about it and look through the list. I will tell you when to send me the message, okay? So 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back with you in 5 minutes.